And welcome in, everybody, to the Samford Football Coaches Show. I'm Brad Rodisi, alongside the interim head coach of the Samford Bulldogs, Scot Sloan. Coach, let's talk about the game. 30-16, Austin Peay. They did get the best of the Bulldogs this past weekend. You mentioned in your postgame, and I found it so interesting, how these games can come down to a few plays. And Austin Peay in the first quarter seemed to get us on a couple of those. The 70-yard touchdown, then the interception pick six. Seems to be kind of a reoccurring theme for this team this year. Just kind of a little bit of bad luck early on puts us in a bad bind. Tell me about the game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, as I reflected back on it, it felt like there was probably three critical plays, and those were two of the three.
Yeah.
And when they happen early, you dig a hole early, down 14 zip.
Yeah.
But just continue to challenge the guys. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Every series is a game inside the game. We did not win those two series, but there's plenty more series of football, and that's why I tried to break it down to them throughout the week, and then Friday night at the hotel each series is a game within the game, and so just win those small games, and then the scoreboard takes care of itself. So I was really proud that they kept battling after getting behind early.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. They did battle back. We scored 13 points in the fourth quarter, and the ball bounces one way or another, and it could have been a game really quick, down 30-16.
Yeah. I agree, and that was, I think we started the fourth quarter at 27-3, and held them to a field goal, but then was able to score on offense. I was able to kick the onside kick, recover it, get us another possession. Yeah. We did get the interception on defense, took it back down, and then the offense punched it in. So really, the fourth quarter, we outscored them 13-3, and I thought that was probably our best quarter of complimentary football, both sides of the ball.
Yeah. The record's the record, but you've mentioned it a few times. How proud are you of this group that they could have just went through the motions and packed it in, but they fought to the very end, trying to do the best they can to represent this school?
Right. It's a testament to the character of those players. They do love this school, and I told them, I said, look, be proud of what you put on film.
Yeah.
Take the record out of forget the scoreboard. Be proud of what you put on film, because that's what you own forever.
Yeah.
And they really took to that, and I was really appreciative of how they kept fighting.
Well, we wrap up the season this Saturday at Texas A&M. They're the third-ranked team in the country. I don't know about you, but I think there's an argument they could be the number one team in the country. They're awfully talented. They had a scare last week, but no matter what happens, Samford does have a chance to play the ultimate spoiler this weekend.
Right, that is true. And in a football game, you just never know what may or may not happen. They are extremely talented. They're ranked number 3 for a reason. It's not an accident.
Yeah.
And but they do have a huge opponent the next week with Texas, and then probably an SEC championship game in the future. So maybe we can sneak up and create a little bit of a scare.
One thing that was interesting this week for us was the time of possession. We really carried the ball a lot, almost a quarter, like you mentioned earlier in your media availability. Is that something that maybe you guys need to look at to try to hang in this game and make it a good one against A&M?
Yeah, I definitely think that helps us to play complementary football.
Yes.
It helps you rest the defense so that you can play your ones a lot more than having to rotate so many guys and keep them fresh. And every possession or every snap of offense is a potential score.
Yeah.
So if you can minimize those snaps on both sides, and really be efficient with the football, and so, challenge them. We need to own the football to have a chance. And, last week we were even in turnover margin. I think we came into the game, with 25 turnovers, and so that was something we tried to be very conscious of, emphasize throughout the week, and then execute on Saturday. So, but the time of possession was important to help us be able to keep that thing a full court game.
You've been in big stadiums like this, big arenas. What's it like for these players to go experience something like College Station? And, regardless of what the scoreboard says at the end, it's a really neat experience, isn't it, for particularly a young group of players here at Samford?
It's a huge experience. I mean, all of these guys, they dream of playing in the NFL at the highest level. Yeah. Certainly that is the SEC is the highest level in college football. None of these guys were recruited, to go play at A&M. And so to be in that type of stage, that type of atmosphere is going to be a big experience for them. And that's what I'm trying to keep in perspective and make sure they understand. We're going to go out, we're going to compete, we're going to work extremely hard this week to be prepared. But at the end of the day, I want them to leave that with an experience that they can take with them the rest of their life.
Good deal. Coach, good luck this weekend. It's Samford at Texas A&M. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff there in College Station.